everybody, to another episode of the Be Fearless podcast. And today I bring you a very special guest. She is a founder of a no-profit Christfest PC. She's the founder of a social entrepreneurs leaders and CEO of a successful distribution center in Brazil, South America. She's a top producer at her network marketing, and she believes that everybody is made for more. And I agree with her. And I'm so blessed to have her as my friend. She is Di Carter. Welcome, Di.
Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be here. I cannot believe I get to be interviewed by Dagmar. How exciting is that?
I am so excited about this, and thank you for saying yes at a very last minute.
Yes.
I am so excited, and I can't wait to hear your story and have everybody hear your story. So, first of all, who is Di Carter?
Oh my God. We got so much that we talk about today. It's going to be so much fun. So as Dagmar said, my name is Di Carter. My real name is Erica. And a lot of people, they're probably going to hear this and know me. They'll be like, what? Your name is Erica? I had no idea. But it is Di Carter. I'm actually from Brazil, South America. I speak Portuguese and English. And I'm married. I have two beautiful girls. They are twins, blonde hair and blue eyes. And I have been an entrepreneur for the past 7 years. But before that, I worked in the medical field, and I also work in hospitality. So I had a lot of fun. And I'm just super excited that this new path in my life has been network marketing and traditional business.
You know what? It's very fun and interesting every time I hear you say that you worked in the medical field, because I worked in the medical field in the military. And like, people will ask me, like, why you were not, like, why I was not working within what I studied in college in the military, and then pursue another career. And I was like, well, it's just like, for me, it was like kind of a disconnect. It kind of, gave me an opportunity to work other things that I was attracted and interested in. But that was not my dream as I was growing up. Now, what was your dream growing up?
The funny thing is, like, my dream was actually working in the medical field, tell the truth. When I was growing up, I'm just going to tell a little bit about my backstory, because then everything makes sense. I grew up in poverty in Brazil. We didn't have a lot of clothes. We didn't have a lot of food. We didn't have a lot of toys. And we just didn't know any better, but I was a very happy kid as a child, right? And I remember that was going to a doctor or going to a hospital was a big deal, because the people that did not have money, you have to go to the government hospital, right? Which is not very good. And I always felt myself as like, oh my goodness, it would be a dream if I could be a doctor, if I could be a pediatrician, for example. And it just because I knew I came from poverty and that was not a realistic dream, it was so like a big dream for me. And I felt that was never going to happen, because I know where I come from. I live in a village, and most people here in this village, which was close to the beach, we work in the hotels, right? We become waitress, we become receptionists. If you finish your high school, nobody think about going to college or anything like that. So that was my dream, was like to be a pediatrician. But I always knew that I wanted to do something more. I always knew that I wanted to impact people's lives, but I just had no idea what it was. But and I ended up being in the medical field too, and then later entrepreneur. So it was like a really nice transition.
Tell us about that transition.
So the transition was like, I working at the hotel, like I said to you, when I was 17 years old. That was, what you do back home in Brazil. And then I moved here to United States when I was 19. And then I started working as a flight attendant because I knew how to speak Portuguese and English. That's how I met my husband. He's a pilot. So I did that for 7 years. And then right after that, my husband was like, okay, we're going to have kids. I went to school. I became a surgical technologist, which means like assisting surgeon in surgery. And I was working 40, 50 hours a week. I was on my feet all the time. I was unhealthy, even though I work in a hospital. And I was very like a social butterfly, tell the truth. And I was online the whole time. And I remember seeing so many people at that point just posting things about products, posting about their business. It was something very new because we just went from MySpace. Well, that's what they have before. Remember that? And then right after MySpace was like Facebook. And I just keep watching and watching. I was like, how interesting. Like, how do they do that? But I didn't act on it. I didn't ask anybody. And I just kept going, working in a hospital. And then one day, not one day, but I ended up getting pregnant, right? So I had twins. And I moved from my town that was in St. Louis, a big, big city, for this really, really teeny, teeny small town of 1,400 people. And that's when it happens, my transition. I was at home by myself, a stay-home mom. I was working part-time in a hospital just to make a little bit of more money. I was a little bit overweight, and that's when I got interested when people would talk about like home business. And that at the same time, I said, okay, still not my time. I went to a women's conference, and I had a vision to do like a Christian concert. And God helped me out. I got into that. I was not an entrepreneur. I didn't know how to put an event together. And I think that He put me through that for a couple years, organizing, learning how to manage people, learn how to take care of volunteers, do sponsorships. And it was so much that I was learning that whenever the opportunity to work from home and it being a network marketing came, I was more open-minded to it. But I would say for you guys that out there right now, they're just thinking about working from home, I would just say jump in with both feet and just know that your first couple years, you're going to have so many failures, but then after that, when you keep going, you're going to be very successful. So my transition was basically work in a hospital 50 hours a week, stay home, stay at home as a mom, and having this opportunity, I just jump into it because I starting to learn, like how to manage people, basically. That's what I did. But in network marketing, you don't manage anybody, but that
You
really
just manage yourself, and that's where the key of success come, because once you learn how to manage yourself or employ yourself, that's when you make everything happen. Now, you are also an author. How'd that happen? Tell us.
That comes from a vision board. If you ever heard of anybody ever telling you, do your vision board, and you have never done it, I'm going to tell you right now, do it. I did my first vision board about 7 years ago when I started my journey. And every time that things started to happening, I just like cross it off. And so that was one of the things that was there, like being an author. And you got to dream big, because I never thought I was going to be an author. This is like a little girl from Brazil coming from poverty, getting to United States, working as a flight attendant, working in a hospital. I never thought, like, what do I have to say that is important for other people? How can I ever be an author? But I was so audacious when it comes to my vision board that I put in there, bestseller author. And last year, I had an amazing opportunity to write a book and collaborate with other entrepreneurs. And we became actually international bestseller. And I just remember like calling my mom and telling her, and she's like, wow, It's like you have like succeeded like way beyond my dreams, because of course your parents have dreams for you, but whenever
Hmm.
your mom get to say that to you, it's pretty cool. So I was
That's
31
right.
years old and became a bestseller author.
Yay!
Wow, exciting.
And but I know, because I know there's of something cooking. There's something cooking, and it's coming in May of this year.
Yes,
Yes, is that gonna be your fourth?
that'll be my third one.
Your third one. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So
That's
this,
gonna be your third one. That's gonna be my first one.
yes, yes.
I
So
am so blessed. We're gonna be collaborating in the same book. It's gonna be amazing.
I know that's going to be
Now,
awesome.
tell us about about D. Carter, the international entrepreneur. How that works? Like, because that's a lot of work right there.
Yes.
Tell us.
So after Christfest, which was a nonprofit organization, I have saved a little bit of money. I was not in network marketing yet. And I just hear like so many people telling me, is like, what are you going to do? Are you going to invest this money? Are you going to put in a 401k? And I went back to Brazil and I talked to a few people, like, what could I do here? So I was thinking about like, maybe I can put a salon, maybe I can open a restaurant, right? And I can manage from
Mhm.
back home here. And all of a sudden, I had one of my friends from high school. He came up to me and he said, "Hey, do you know like Brazil is different from United States? In United States, we have highways everywhere, so you can basically get to Walmart in 5 minutes. Well, in Brazil, especially the area that I live, we have a lot of narrow roads, and we have apartments and houses and business, apartments, houses and business. We don't have like shopping malls that people can just go there." And he said, "Have you thought about putting a distribution center?" And I said, "I didn't. I don't have the experience for." And so I hire a coach. I highly recommend whatever you do in life to hire a coach. It's just like you becoming a nurse and a teacher. You're going to
Mhm.
have somebody else coming next to you and teaching you exactly what to do. Well, it's
Mhm.
the same thing for this. So I was very coachable. I hire a mentor, someone that has done it, what I wanted to do, which means open a distribution center. And the first 2 years, we invest a lot of money. We didn't have any profit whatsoever. And then after the second year, I started to have a profit. And today we basically started a company from zero. And today it is a 7 figures business. So we're
Nice.
very, very blessed. So this is how I have an international, distribution center. So I manage everything from home. And I used to go home to Brazil like twice or 3 times in a year, but now with the pandemic, have
Mhm.
not been able to go home. But everything's been fine because I can see everything from my computer, all the finances and stuff. So
Awesome. Let
yeah.
me ask you a question. How entrepreneurship has changed your life?
Oh, 180. Oh my goodness, have changes so much. I think one of the biggest thing that you learn when you say yes to entrepreneurship is that you have to grow yourself. So it's really all about personal development. It sounds like cheesy and cliche sometimes whenever you hear people go and listen to 15 minutes motivational video every day. I mean, it's a meaning behind that. Like whenever you hear something positive, it just gets your energy up, which means as you become more creative, which means as you become more as like your attitude change from like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have a good day to like, this is going to be an amazing day. And you just do what you have to do. So yes, like the biggest thing is you grow yourself. You become a better mom, a better friend. You become your people skills, right? Like if you feel like you're kind of like a timid person when you get into network marketing or open your own business, for example, you starting to get people skill. You know how to say, how are you? You know how to carry on with a conversation, right? You know how to ask the right questions because people that are an entrepreneur, like if you're not asking, you're not getting any blessings because when you ask, that's when you're going to get the answer yes or no. And that's how you move forward. And that's with everything, like everything in the entrepreneurship. So
That's
personal
right.
development is huge, huge.
Now, you mentioned obviously your mom of twins, not one, but two, two amazing girls. Now, a lot of people will ask you, like, how you do it, how you manage being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a wife. How do you establish that balance?
So when I first started, Dagmar, I tell you the truth, the girls was still at home. Um, if I say here, my life is balanced, I would have been lying to you because it's no balance. It's just a day by day. You actually have, I have my calendar like in front of me. And this is what I tell people all the time. If you can write it down, the things that you want to do, that you want to accomplish, I would say 70 to 80% they will be accomplished. But most of the time, things will happen and you have to be okay canceling. And the things that you need to do that you know that's priority, try to do it in the morning as fast as you can. Because if you get busy or something happens after lunch or in the afternoon, at least you have done what you're supposed to do. Now, in the beginning, I have the kids with me. So my office, right, it was in a smaller house than this. I didn't have an office for myself. I started on the table, and then I went to my closet and I built a little bit of a table in. My husband put a little table in there, and I was building the business in the closet. And today I have this office, which is also manifest from the vision board. So I had my kids playing here. I put a mat in there. I play with them. Then I would come back here and I would do what I need to do. And I would go to the kitchen and make the food and come back and I go to the table and I eat with them. And then I give a lot of grace to myself whenever I needed to do like a three-way call, when I needed to be in a training. I used to tell my sponsor, say, hey, I got my kids with me. I'm not going to be on a Zoom. You can't see me in a Zoom, but I can hear everything because I have my kids. So I built with what I could do. And I would explain it to them why I was doing that way. So today is a little different. The girls are 8. So they can definitely watch a TV whenever I'm doing a Zoom. I'm right here. Sometimes they come in and say hello. But I would say just go with your life, right? Like balance between like what you have and stop comparing what other people are doing. Because, I started on my kitchen table. And today I have my own office. So how are you going to start? It's really up to you how much you want it, how bad you want it, right? We hear that all the time. How bad do you want it? I want it bad enough. I want it bad enough. And I knew that one day I was going to have my own office. So what if it would take me 4 years? So what if it takes you 10 years, right? But if
Yeah.
you want it, you just keep going and keep updating your vision board
Yes.
every year.
Every
Right?
year.
Every year. I started updating mine in November. And then after November, I spent the whole month of December like adding things that I didn't have in there before or taking out things that already happened. And I just keep going after that. But I would say that's
Amazing.
your vision board and put everybody in there. Put your kids in there. Put vacation in there. Put your health. I mean, I have mine in front of me. I'm going to show it to you because I think that's important. Sometimes it's good to talk, right? Talk, but walk, right? It's important.
Yes.
So I have this little one here in front of me, which is like, I want to teach my kids how to speak Portuguese. So that's what I do. And then I want to take care of like water wells, which is right here. Sex trafficking. I want to give my husband like the best unlimited truck, for example. I have a YouTube channel. This is my company back here, how big I wanted them to get. You see, I talking about being healthy and I have my kids, I have vacation, a dream home. Like, what do you want?
Exactly.
Right? Anything that you want, like just put it in there, even if it sounds like crazy.
Yes.
I had a lot of things in there that were crazy 7 years ago. And today I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it just happened. So,
Yeah.
and definitely one of them was having my own company And being a top producer, like, I didn't even know how to talk to people. And today, like, I teach other people. I
And
teach.
when he's telling us, I like the idea of a vision board. Yes,
Yeah,
it is a good thing. I have one. I do update it, but mine is digital because I have it like I turn it into a video, so I look at it like every day.
yeah,
And it's like a slideshow of the things, and it is amazing how, when you kind of like get those desires into a paper or a video, and then you see throughout the year how they materialize because you're working towards it, and you motivate yourself to work for that.
yeah,
It's so satisfying when you finally have them
yeah.
realize. It's so amazing, and I do encourage it. So
Yeah.
at least
It
if you
truly,
can just make yours, you're
yeah,
gonna.
it truly, truly is. And another thing is, like you said, you have yours digital, and this is for people to think about. Like, what is the best way for you? So
Mhm.
I have my written in the paper. I have my as an audio that I actually read into it, so I can listen to it. I have it on the board like this, and I have a big, big board that's next to me, actually, right there. Really big, big board. So I have all different ways. And then I have little notes that I put on my mirror and on my refrigerator. So it's a constantly reminder, like, where do I want it to be? What do I want it to be in a year from now? What do I want it to be
Exactly.
5 years from now or 10 years from now? And to me, it's a big deal because growing up, like, my mom does not know how to write and read. And for me to be able to go on the computer and type things and know how to write and read it, it makes me thinking of my mom too. Do you know? So what is something in your past that you thought that you could never do? Attach that into what you want it to be.
Hmm.
And then you're gonna start to believe in yourself that you can do so much more than you thought you could.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
So this is amazing because you spoke about things that I do strongly believe that people that are navigating the way through entrepreneurship and achieving the goals have to do. You to just talk to us about vision boards and also time blocking, but time blocking sometimes can be challenging and people doesn't know how to work it, how to do it, how do I block my time, how to do that. Which are the key things that you do to manage your time blocking?
So time blocking for me, I always do it on Sunday. So depends whenever you start in your week. So Sunday night is the day that I start in time blocking. Just like I have this is my whole week, like front and back. So I started with my family. Like, when is that my family needs me? So my kids now is in school. Like, in the beginning they weren't, but now they are. So they are leaving the house at 7 o'clock in the morning. They get back home at 3:30. So from 3:30 to 7 o'clock, I'm all about that mom that will do homework, that will be with the husband, that will do dinner, that will do whatever I need to do for my family. I am present with my family. If I need to get on my phone or check something, no big deal, but that's not my priority at that point. Then I know that every day in the morning, I'm going to get up, I'm going to take care of my kids. So I block that time and I'm going to show it to you guys because I think it's a little bit easier. I put girls. So that's my time with the girls, the time to wake up. And then right after that, when I drop them off, I do my activities as fast as I can. So if I'm working in network marketing in the morning, so I'm talking about, I'm going to take in my products, right? So if you are in makeup, you're going to put makeup on or do a live, or maybe on health and wellness, you're going to take your protein shake, like whatever company that you at, you want it to be using the products every day. So to me, it's like, and then I'm going to do follow-ups and I'm going to do prospecting. I'm going to do happy birthday. I'm going to start recruiting. And this is all before 9 o'clock. And then I'm going to take a break. So in that break, I'm going to tell myself, what can I do next? Am I going to do a live? Am I going to do my traditional business? Or maybe you have a hobby that you like. Maybe you want to do motivational videos, whatever. But you already have took away like the hardest part of the day, which is most of the time things that we don't want to do. You want to attack that, what you would say, like you want to eat the frog, right? Eat the frog right
Yes.
away in the morning, so then it's done and over with. And if you don't write it down, you will catch yourself at 7 o'clock at night, and it's like, oh my goodness, I was on Facebook 3 hours, and I was on Instagram for 2, and I talked to so and so, and I talked to this person, and I didn't prospect, I didn't follow up. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. How are you supposed to make money?
Exactly.
So think about it. The reason why you're starting business because you want to make money, right? You're going to have friends. You're going to have a community. You know, you're going to become more influential. You're going to have all the other things. But what makes you make money is doing the things that you need to do, which is follow up, prospecting, and recruiting, right?
Okay.
And you, of course, having new friends. But this is what I do. And then here I put the rest of the stuff like lunch, play with a puppy. I just got a puppy, so I got to play with the puppy. I put, if I have some specific things, like I'm opening another online business, is a tea business. So I put tea business, work on that, listen to audiobooks. And sometimes it's kind of silly. It's like, why do you have to write all those things? But if you don't, then you will never do it.
Yes, that's
You
right.
will never do it. It's like open a business and you're not inviting anybody to come to your restaurant. So in network marketing, it's having a business, but you don't have your business list.
Exactly.
But who are you going to talk to? Just anybody? It doesn't work that way because you're gonna need to have your list like ready.
That's
And
right.
this is just a reminder. Like I was saying in the beginning, it's like a perfect day would be like, I have 10 things to do and all 10 things going to happen. Well, you probably won't. Maybe 3 or 4 is going to happen and 6 of them it won't. Out of the 10, which one is priority to you? Out of the 10, which one is important to you? To me, it's loving on my kids, be available for them at 3:30. So if I wanted to be available for my kids at 3:30, 4:30, 6 o'clock, right? Then I have to do the things that I need to do before
they arrive.
Before they get home. And then I don't feel guilty that I didn't work on my business.
And the other thing is that, these things can be a very huge distractor for everybody, right? But I love to use them as a timer. I love to time myself between tasks so I don't get distracted and I'm on point and like, okay, now I can move to the next thing that I have on my to-do list or my calendar for the day. And that's another technique that everybody can use also for time blocking. But I love how you explain it. I love the routine that you have established for yourself, and I love that you are living proof that this system works. Now we are about to go, and I would love to know where people can get in contact to you or follow you.
So it's very easy. It's just my name, Di Carter. So if you want to get in contact with me through the website, it's just dicarter.com. You can contact me over there. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I just kind of started on TikTok. So I'm there on TikTok. Everybody's there. So I was like, I gotta be there too. But
you know what? I'm not on TikTok.
You gotta get in there.
I'm still I don't know. I'm still guarded of it. I'm still not being convinced. But the other thing is that I want to get into Clubhouse, and when Android people is going to be allowed to be in Clubhouse? That's my question.
That's the thing, is I don't have an iPhone, so I still have.
So you team Android. So you with me? Okay. Okay. Now I don't feel alone. Thank you.
I have a Samsung. I have been a Samsung girl like a long, long time.
Yeah, me too.
But with this whole Clubhouse here, I almost bought an iPhone just because of it.
Yeah, me too. But I'm still okay, they should bring it to us at some point, right?
Yeah,
But
the
I
best.
love it. So everybody, if you want to like follow Die Cutter, you can follow it on Facebook. You just have to search her name, Die Cutter, and diecutter.com also for, let me show the banner again so everybody can like see it. Diecutter.com on her website. I am so thankful for you, my friend. I am so blessed for having you in my life. Uh, Thanks for being here with us today. Any final words before we leave?
I mostly want to say I'm honored to be here with you. Thank you for inviting me to be interviewed. Thank you for being a phenomenal friend. And my last words for someone that's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, it's like they need to think that you see that dream and all of it that you want, it will happen if you stay consistent, if you take the actions, and if you have a deeply understanding that you're going to have setbacks, that you're going to have failures, that you're going to make mistakes, that is always going to have other people ahead of you. They're going to be on the chapter 10, 20, and 50, and you can't compete with it or chase. What you need to do, it's be you. And you hear that all the time. And I couldn't understand that either until I kind of like, I get it now. I got to be me on this journey. But what that really meant is I got to grow me on this journey. So you become a different person as an entrepreneur, but it's just you, but the best version of you. Just have this huge understanding that a lot of things gonna go wrong, but it meant to go wrong. So that way you'll be prepared. So whenever the big thing happen, you're like, I deserve it. I'm worthy. I deserve it. I was capable to do it. And this is the reason I'm here, because I worked so hard for 4, 5, 10 years to get where I'm at. And it's going to be so worth it whenever you get it. Trust me, because I feel it like this right now.
Oh my God, thank you so much for those words. And that's completely true. I do agree with you. Thanks for those last words. Well, everybody, this is our episode for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe here to my page, Dagmar Torres. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast audio on Anchor and Spotify and some other 7 platforms. You just have to search it as a Be Fearless podcast. Sometimes you will have to add my name so you can find it. And you can also watch the live replay in YouTube during the next week. So thanks for being here with us. Don't forget to subscribe. And until then, until our next episode, don't forget to unlock your potential and be fearless. Bye.
Bye.